I'm just going to list a few things out that are just like completely random thoughts. And be really careful about what I say, otherwise I'll get in trouble. So have you noticed this? Apparently they were there. Now they're not. They were supposed to be turned in last month. We've got Hakeem Jeffries' speech yesterday. I think that explains why it's been so quiet from the blue side. So they could say that. Because if everyone was like, this happened, then they'd be able to be like, you're just as, you're no better than us. But they really have stayed completely silent, I think, so they can be like that. So when they bring facts, they're like, we're not just doing dramatics here. We actually have facts. That's my hope. We've got all of a sudden, we've got stress-filled truths about things being stolen when literally nobody on their side is saying anything about this other than this being just business as usual. Nobody is threatening, nobody's saying anything. It's business as usual. But yet they're like, you got MTG, if we get there, and he's like, they're gonna do this, like, show me once where anybody has said on the official level that we're doing this or that. And literally, what are they talking about? If you're like not paying attention, you're like, what are they talking? Where are they getting this? What is this coming from? And all of a sudden, we've got a $100,000 reward and video released from 4 years ago. That, like, isn't that kind of a resolved issue? I mean, it's kind of like a moot point, Why is it all of a sudden there's a huge reward? It's weird. And here's some things that have happened over the past few years that just aren't in the news. So we've got the daughter of the orange guy going to other countries to get patents on tallying machines. We've got hacks of literally everybody. Everybody's gotten hacked. Campaigns have, people's phones, the Treasury Department, like hacks everywhere. Information is flowing that we don't even know what the contents are. Every single person that got raided or arrested by the 3-letter organizations, we had all their phones and the information from all their phones was gathered, right? Every time somebody was seized, it was always all that information. We've got November, we had 2 situations where houses were checked out. And whatever happened to that guy that was fully funded by Peter T that knew the results the day before, knew that all 7 of the special states would go. When the site had been tracking along with the polls, then all of a sudden it switched significantly and completely matched the outcome, to then which EM knew the results several hours before. And by the way, night of, why were things called with 0% of the ballots counted? 0%. Why were they being called already? What? And speaking of the day of, 4 years ago, there was a bunch of people freaking out about things being taken, stolen. They had access to every one of those machines for like investigation purposes. Or was it data extraction purposes? Was it information gathering for future events? In the guise of, we're looking into past, but actually they're preparing for future. We've got the sworn testimony of everybody during the J6 trials and hearings, and things we probably didn't even hear about that were part of that. One of the best pollsters in Iowa, never wrong by like 1,000,000%, and then now she was gonna be sued for being so wrong when she's never been wrong before. Last point is, it was statistically impossible for the special states to go the way they did. Statistically impossible for all of them to be won the way they were won. Every state that flipped red. Statistically impossible, literally impossible. So, something is happening. And if it's not, millions of people have lost faith going forward. All the people in my comments like, and then what then? If after the 20th he's in there, what then? It's like, oh, well, what then? What then?